My Romance by Rodgers and Hart, beautiful jazz ballad in B flat. In the performance video of this song, I did a little trick to make it a little bit easier to play, which is to tune the guitar down a whole step and put a capo on the second fret so that in effect all the frets are a little closer together, so some of the stretches are a little bit easier and the action gets a little bit lower, especially down by the capo instead of at the nut. So now I'm back in regular tuning. So this is regular E, A, D, G, B, E. The first thing to do is to learn the song. So if you're not familiar with the song, I recommend you download a few versions off of iTunes or use one of these P2P programs like LimeWire, etc. to find a version of it and listen to it. BitTorrent, Band in a Box, that would be just to listen to the melody, etc. And maybe download or take a look at the lyrics on the PDF. You should be able to print my PDF here. Get to know the song and maybe just play the chords and get so you can sing it. My romance doesn't have to have a moon in the sky. My romance. So I think that's the first step, is to just know the song by ear. Makes it a whole lot easier to learn to play it on the guitar. After you are familiar with the song, then you can start to learn this arrangement. One thing that I like to do, it's a habit of mine, is something I call a rolling arpeggio. For example, I kind of roll up the chord instead of just picking it all at once. I roll up. I just think it sounds pretty that way, so you don't have to play it that way, but that's my style. Okay, let's get into the tune. Starts with a couple melody notes. So that's on the G string. That would be the third of the chord. So 3, 4, 5. The intervals of the melody. To a C minor 7. Pick up your second finger for that melody note. Up to a D minor 7. Melody note with your little finger on the second fret, to a D flat minor 13, and the melody note goes up on the first string and stays there, becomes the flat 7 of a C minor 7 chord, to a F dominant 7. Melody goes down, pick up the little finger to a B flat major 7, then an open D string, and the melody, you kind of want to let those notes ring. That's open D, G string, second fret, third fret, B string, first fret, to a G minor, and then the root goes down, major 7, flat 7, to a dominant 7, C minor 7, to an F with a dominant 7 melody note, to the B flat major 7. Now the melody note is on the B string to a dominant 7, so you just pick up your second finger so that major 7 goes to a dominant 7. Now we've got an E flat major 7 with a G in the bass. That makes it a first inversion E flat major 7 chord with the 3rd in the bass to an A flat 9 with the 9 on top, back to the B flat major 7 with the melody note on the top, dominant 7. That repeats, E flat major 7, first inversion, A9. Now you play the B flat major 7 with the root on the 6th fret, and instead of playing it the normal way, I do a bar because we need the melody note on the 6th fret of the E, top E. Now we've got, I called it a E minor 7 flat 5 sus. Sometimes you don't know really what to call these chords, but the intervals, we've got a root, 2 E's, flat 5, a flat 7, and then some people might call it an 11 or a 4. They're the same thing, two names for the same thing. And I arpeggiate it to the A7 flat 9, root, flat 9, 3, flat 7, to a D minor 7. Now we've got the D flat 9. I used to play it like this. In my old age, I find that a little bit hard, so I've switched to this as being a little more reliable way to finger it. And one of my favorite chords, the C11. It's an 11, of course, because it's got all the intervals up to 11, 1, 5, flat 7, 11, 9, to the C7, kind of resolving. Then I call this a C minor 11. Then I do a little hammer-on to a regular F major. Goes back to the beginning, everything repeats. This time we've got an F minor 13. There's your 13. I slide up to a B flat 7, add the 13 or 6, melody note to an E flat major 7, then a G minor 7 flat 5. Let's see. Hang on. E flat major 7. A little bit of a stretch here. Root, flat 3, sharp 5, flat 7. C minor 7. Melody note, little finger. E flat major with a B flat bass. And the melody note goes up to a A flat minor 7 flat 5 suspended. Sometimes you don't know what to call these. To a D7 flat 9. Regular G minor 7. G flat 7. Here's a trick you have to do on the end is move your first finger down a fret to catch the melody note. So that movement is then to a B flat major 7 with an F in the bass. So here's your B flat major 7, but with a fifth or an F in the bass. Melody. C minor 7, C minor 9. Kind of a rocking figure there against the bass note to a regular B flat. Little turnaround. C minor 7, F7 flat 9, and to the beautiful B flat major 13. Has a little bit of a modern feel because it's got this stack of fourths in the middle of the chord. Very wide open sound. Alrighty, it just takes a lot of practice and repetition, especially the hard changes. Good luck. I hope that helps you. Take care.